Okay, so I'm going to do a mini lesson on 5.2a, which is identifying the value of digits using expanded notation and expanded form. And so I'm going to start with, if I had 3 24 and 24 hundredths, that would mean 3 wholes, 2 tenths, and 4 hundredths. We would read that as 3 and 24 hundredths. If I was to use money to show that, it would be 3 wholes. There are my 3 wholes. 2 tenths. Well, for us, tenths are the same as dimes. And 4 hundredths. So that's another way you can build it. Okay. Another way, if I use place value discs, 1 whole, 2 tenths, and 4 hundredths. All right. Now, the tools that we've used to build this will help us with expanded form. Expanded form is the value of every place in a number. So, if I wanted to write the value, I'm going to go ahead and use the money. That's an easier relationship to understand the value. So I'm going to move these out of the way. And I'm going to erase this up top so that I have room. So I want you to look at what I used. When I built 3 and 24 hundredths, I used 3 $1 bills. Well, the value of 3 $1 bills is $3. Okay. Now, I also used 2 dimes. 1, 2. And the value of 2 dimes is $0.20. Okay. Now I'm going to show the value of the pennies, which is $0, 0 dimes, and 4 pennies. Okay. Now I'm going to show you this same number in expanded notation. Notation is the amount of the value. So it's the amount of money of that particular money. So I'm going to leave the place value discs here so you can see those as well. But since we use money every day, that's easier. This first digit is in the ones place. Okay. So a part of my problem is going to show that I have something in the ones place. How many ones did I use? Well, I used 1, 2, 3. So I used 3 of the $1 bills. Now I'm going to go to the tens. What did I use for the tens place? Well, I used a dime, and a dime is worth 10 cents. So I'm going to write that first. A dime is worth 10 cents. How many dimes did I use? I used 2 dimes. So that means 2 times dimes, 2 dimes. Okay. Then I had some hundredths. So a penny is worth 100. Okay. This is $0, 0 dimes, and 1 penny. And how many did I use? 4. So this is expanded form, this top one. This is expanded notation with decimals. Now you can also go with expanded notation for fractions, which I'm going to do right down here at the bottom. I'm going to move these over. Oop, fell off the table. Not using those. Okay. All of these mean the same number. It's just written in a different way. It's like how you might have a nickname that your grandma calls you, and you might have a nickname that your mom calls you. You're still the same person. You're still the same person. Nothing has changed. You're just called different by different people. And your grandma may write your name differently than your mom or you or your friends. And that's okay. Doesn't change who you are. You are still the same person. Same number. We'll put this down here at the bottom. Okay, I have 3 $1 bills. That's written the same. Where it gets tricky is when we start talking about a part of a whole. Well, dimes are a part of a dollar, okay? How many dimes does it take to make a dollar? Well, it takes 10 dimes to make a dollar. How many did we use? 2. We used 2 dimes, okay? Now, we have to show that we used some pennies. How many pennies does it take to make a dollar? 100, yes. And how many pennies did we use? We used 4. All of these are the same number. All of them mean 3 24 hundredths. It's just a matter as how we write them. Okay? Now practice this at home. The only 2 that are going to probably give you a lot of trouble are the decimals. And that's because that's new, and that's okay. Just practice, practice, practice. One other thing is you may have thousandths. Now, we do not have a coin that represents thousands. What that means is it means if I was to take this penny and break it into 10 little pieces, that would be 1,000. And it would take 1,000 of those to make a dollar. Fortunately, we do not have a coin to represent 1,000, but we can represent it just the same as the other numbers. We can represent it as a whole, and as a tenth, and as a hundredth, and as a thousandths. So according to my number, I have 5 thousandths. That means I have no wholes, no tenths, no hundredths, but I do have a thousandths. Same here. 1,000 is written as 0 wholes, 0 tenths, 0 hundredths, and 1,000. I ran out of room. And I have 5 of those. Okay? Same here. We're just writing it as a fraction. 1 out of 1,000. And we had 5 of them. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it helps you understand the difference between expanded notation and the difference between expanded value, and that the importance of having a value is very important to understanding the problem. Oh. What is it saying? Okay. Hi. Bye.